Is the collector still good? Today we find out. So I'm gonna throw in my own iteration of the collector and what I find really fun about him. So anybody who watched my last couple of videos, they know I've been talking about this variant and finally got it. So I figured why not go back now and let's test out and see if the collector can still make things happen. Now, there are several different decks that you can put together for the collector. Discard is still probably the best. I believe he was in my Beastly Discard deck, which that's probably still the best way to utilize him. But I want to see if he still works alone. And not necessarily alone, but in a deck that doesn't do the whole discard nonsense. This is more of your just kind of pulling random things back to the hand and seeing what we can do. Now, I do have Beast in here because this card is amazing, especially in this deck. It's gonna do a lot, and I have Falcon because he's also amazing, especially with several of the cards we have in here. Let's go over the deck list though and give you my reasoning of why I have all this in here. So the Hood. Drop him down, he adds a 6 power demon to your hand for 1 cost, which in my opinion is great. And no, stay in the deck. So you know, and it's 1 cost, so we can do something like pull it back up with Falcon later. If we do the Beast on the Hood or even just the token, it's always great. But if we hit the Hood multiple times, say we play him 2 times, then that means we have 2 6 power cards in hand that we can play later on. And that also goes towards Bishop. Maybe play on Angela. There's just a lot of stuff you can do with that. This is the way I enjoy playing it, so I'm going to keep the Hood in here. I'm sure there are a couple other outlets you can put in. It does kind of suck trying to play him last turn and you really don't want to put -2 on one of your turns. But it does actually work for, I forget what the lane is called, but the one that requires you to have less power than your opponent. Amazing, and when you run into that, so it does have its uses. Agent 13, obviously, she puts a random card into your hand. Great. Sometimes it's a lottery. You don't know what you're gonna get, and you don't even always want to play it, but it's gonna boost up the collector. 1 cost. So Angela. Like I said in my last video, she is just a staple in a lot of low power decks because how early you can get her out and how big she can get, especially if we do something like play Angela, the Hood on her, and then we drop Falcon to take those 2 cards back away from that location and then replay them there or play something bigger there, and just makes Angela even bigger, which is amazing. The collector, which this deck is essentially revolving around. Now it does have its own different ways of winning, and I would say Angela and Bishop probably your bigger win outlets, but it's really built around wanting to do the collector's things. So +1 whenever something enters your hand from outside of your deck. It used to be +2, and I was kind of upset because I think this card is so cool, and it really got nerfed before I could utilize it to the way I wanted to. However, I finally got the variant. I figured let's give it a shot, and I've actually been having a lot of fun. It does push out a lot of power. It's not the same, but it still does its thing. We have Beast pulling everything back in your hand. Say you have Hood, Agent 13, or Cable, or just some, or maybe you just don't want something in that lane. I've had a couple games where I drop Angela and then I start beefing up that lane on the, let's say, the right side or the left side, whatever lane you're in, and then they drop the like we showed in our last video, they dropped the Onslaught, and they're dropping the Iron Man, going for the Onslaught play on that Iron Man, and there's just no way you're going to compete in power with a lane like that. So you drop Beast, take her out, and then push her to a different lane, essentially winning you a different lane and kind of giving that lane up. But it does work for your plays with bringing the Hood back up, bringing Agent 13, and it lowers whatever it pulls back into your hand by 1. So its cost in a lot of these cards either goes to 0 or 1, which is amazing because we're going to be playing a lot of cards towards the end of the game with this deck. Cable, he does his thing with pulling the bottom card of your opponent's library. It's good. This can be replaced pretty easily, but it just adds to the collector factor, and that's really what I'm pushing for in this deck. Falcon, like I said, he will bring back all your one cost back to your hand, which is great in this deck. It boosts the collector, allows us to boost Bishop even more, replay the Hood, get the benefits from that, replay Agent 13, get the benefit for the collector with that. Just amazing. Sentinel, probably that needs to be in every collector deck, really. Almost every collector deck, unless you're looking at like the discard style deck. He just replaces himself. Every time you play him, he adds another Sentinel to your hand. So that's going to be great for the collector. And it's a 2/3. I mean, you can't beat it. Bishop, every time you play a card, he gets a +1, which is amazing, especially in this deck where we're almost playing everything every game. So it works out really well in this deck. Moon Girl, she's gonna. So say you're on turn, you're on like your last turn. And even though you are playing everything out with this deck, say you play your Hood, your Agent 13, your Cable. Say we have the ability to play all that on our last turn, and then follow that up still with a Moon Girl. That'll still copy whatever. Well, the token that we're gonna get to our hand, whatever Agent 13 puts in our hand, the bottom card with Cable, or a Sentinel. It's going to copy those. So she still works in this deck if you play it right. Don't play her first. You want to play her behind all those cards so she copies what's in your hand after all that triggers. Magic is great because since we're playing so many things and we really want to play them all out to keep beefing up our Bishop and our Collector, Magic will extend the game, allowing us to keep doing that, essentially. Sarah, I know I explained this in one of the last games that you can play them either way. What you really want to do in this deck is play Sarah first. This will allow on turn 5 to play Magic and then one of your other cards, extending the game to a 6 turn, and then you can play even more cards at that point. Hopefully you're returning something to your hand, or you have a pretty full hand at that point, so that you can drop a lot on that turn 7. But essentially what the deck wants to do, the way I run it at least, is I will more than likely try, if it all works out, it all comes down to the luck of the draw. But if everything works out right, you want like Angela in a lane, and then you want Collector beside her, and then you want Bishop in his own lane, and then you beef up that lane with all the other cards that you managed to pull. Hopefully you have some of the Hood tokens. Sarah's pretty decent, but Bishop's gonna get typically he's larger than the Collector in this deck. I have had a couple games where it's literally 1 to 2 off, so it's not a massive difference, but usually he's bigger, so I'll put him in his own lane. And I've noticed if I do try to put Collector and Bishop in the same lane, they will typically win whatever lane they are in, but it leaves another lane, let's say Angela, pretty lonely, and typically end up losing that lane. So you want to spread the love that way. Because the Collector and Bishop can keep growing, you kind of want them separated from each other. At least I have found that to be true. Let's jump into a couple games though, and I'll show you how it works. Say your hellos. We drop Hood or Agent 13 yet? I think we drop Hood. Let's risk it into this lane. As much as I'd like to get a lot of triggers off of it, if it dies, it dies. If it gets destroyed. Okay, cool. That's typically pretty insane for this deck. We're gonna end up playing basically everything. Let's play this here. Actually, I think I can compete with the Sunspot. Because there's 0 cost, I don't want to drop them. I can drop them last turn if needed. Not needed quite yet. We want to hold out for as long as we can for the good stuff. Yep, I don't have anything yet. This would be a really bad game if we didn't have Elysium. We don't have our Collector or Angela. Gets kind of tough. Okay, Jubilee. She die. Danger Room. Ooh, okay. Brought out their Thor. Got rid of Jubilee, but Thor's the scary one. Don't think we really wanted to play in that lane anyway, so we're okay. Just gonna play Sarah into Elysium and see what we can do from here. We don't even need magic. We can play almost everything in either turn 5 or 6. Don't like Captain Marvel. I should be playing Falcon probably next turn though, so that we can get another hood trigger. You don't need it quite yet. Let's hold off on the... Okay, let's play it like this. Ooh, should have... Quick tip, if you have enough space in hand, we could have played the demon first, allowing us to essentially play the demon for free twice because it's cost 0 right now. So we could have gotten another trigger on Bishop, is all really what we were looking for there. Okay, this is good. So we're going to drop him. We're going to drop the hood over here. We're going to drop Agent 13 there. We drop Cable here. And then we drop Moongirl last, allowing us to copy the token. Cables, whatever Cable pulls from there. Do they have anything in deck? Yep, they still have 2 cards. So we'll pull a card from them. And then the random card Agent 13 pulls. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll get some triggers on the collector. Hopefully that's enough. Iron Man is terrifying though, so let's go. Let's see. So okay, only ooh, they discarded Agatha. I didn't even see that. Huh? Oh, they played Magic. Oh, okay. That's actually interesting. No, we're not gonna win this. That's yeah, this is gonna be a loss. Trying to compete with the 44 power here. There's just no way. I've been able to get a lane with the collector and Angela to above 30, but 44. And unfortunately, since the way we played it out, we're not actually going to draw anything. However, what we can do is change the lane so that we don't have to worry about these guys dying. We have so much more. We can play all of this if we really wanted to. Quite unfortunate that we can't. All right. Not enough, unfortunately. Yeah. There was just no way to come up above their power. Actually, wait, is that 12? Is this enough? Oh my. Oh, Danger Room finally working for us. Wait. I forgot about Captain Marvel. That was so close. That would have been really funny if that worked. Oh man. Alright, let's say our hellos. Okay, collector in hand. I like this. And bishop. This is great. Okay, Death's Domain is not great. But it's okay. We do have magic who can change this later on if we need. This turn, yeah, we're gonna play collector. I think I'm gonna play him out to the right. Sewer system isn't, I mean, he will outgrow it, but bishop outgrows it a lot easier. So we'll just go with this play line. We do have sentinel in hand as well, so we can do some things with Death's Domain and sentinel. Dream Dimension. We keep pulling into Dream Dimension, which means we can't do our Sarah play or our Magic play on turn 5 unless they change this, which is quite unfortunate. Okay, let's see. What do we... Really? A Polaris? In that case, we kind of switch things up here. I think I do this and this, boost these two up one more time. My hopes is that we can get our hood. We can drop him into Death's Domain, getting the token, and we can play the token into Dream Dimension to give this the power that we need. Could have even played one of those cards into Sewer System to kind of help us out with the spacing here. Oh, but it's turn. Agent 13 Casino might be able to pull us the win here. I'm gonna play Beast. He's gonna lower the cost of these ones. She's gonna go to 0. He's gonna go to 1, and then we can do. We might just be able to secure a win with Professor X. This will be a little tricky. Let's Dream Dimension's really screwing us here. Let's see what we can make happen though. I'm really hoping that this works out. The Agent 13 Casino might just be coming in for the win. Alright. Does he pick up Green Goblin? I don't think so. I feel like maybe he should because it was, or well, maybe our hand's full. Maybe that's what's causing this. If I do this though, I still have 6, so I can do something like this and like this. I don't think they expect this to be happening this turn, and without, because the Magic would have done essentially the same thing, but Magic would have done it in a way that we don't want to happen. Magic would have extended the game, which we're not really looking for here. Now Professor X will just end it. So let's see. Did the Agent 13 Casino come? Okay, so they didn't play into it. Okay, it's good. We should be able to. No, there's no ongoings here, ma'am. There's no ongoings here, ma'am. That's how you sneak a win. That I'm calling it all skill. Definitely luck there with the Professor X pull from our our Agent 13. All right, Fred, see what you got. See what you got, buddy. Say our hellos. Okay, so we have not terrible, not great. I would have really liked that Sarah to get pulled in by Sakar. Yeah, we just end turn here. Collector or Angela here. Yeah, it's really what we need. Bar with no name. Oh, okay. Actually, this is great for us. I'm gonna play. Let's pull a card from their deck. We're gonna drop Falcon probably next turn, depending on if we can pull our collector. If we can pull our collector, then we're done with that. I think a beast on nothing is interesting. Okay, so they have an Ant-Man fully geared out, so probably a bot, Fred. Sorry I have to do this to you. It's turn 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop it now to get it out of the way. I'm gonna drop my hood here and get the go under get less power here, so we can sneak a win with the Hood. So for anyone wondering, like, why is Hood in this deck? I mean, he does several things, but come on, that's great. Now I wish I held on to Falcon. See what I mean with this deck? If I had held on to Falcon, I could have re-triggered that a couple times. Okay. Let's do this and this. Hopefully they don't have something to kill off that token. That will suck. It would... Yeah, an Electra, a Killmonger. Terrible for this deck with all the low-cost cards we have. This isn't terrible, though. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do this. We'll still be -1 here. And I'm just really trying to boost up Bishop. Really just trying to push all the power to the right lane at this point. Yeah, we're not worried about anything going on over here. We're going to win this as long as they don't have their own Hood. And we will take this. What do we do? Sarah for funsies? I mean, we don't really need any of the collector shenanigans, so we will do this. Typically right there, we'd probably drop a Moon Girl if we had collector down. Fortunately, we don't, but this should be a win here. This Hood play is kind of what's sneaking this out for us. Sneaky little wins here, because there was no way we were catching up in the other lanes. Okay, we'll take them though. This is good. We have collector in hand, which we love to see. Icebox hitting Agent 13 is just cruel. That's alright. What we'll do is drop collector on 2, unless if we can get Angela early, that would be great, but if we can't, we're just going to drop him on 2. Would it be... Would we even truly be showing off a collector deck if we didn't do this right here in Cloning Vats? We're going to play collector, pulling another collector to our hand, so we're going to play collector twice here. Squirrel Girl, I'm not a fan, but I understand what her use is. I am just not a fan. Okay, after turn 5, great. Great. So we're going to do that, pulling another one to our hands, pulling another Hood to our hand, being able to create another token. Then we can drop Falcon, doing the same thing, and then every time we put something into Cloning Vats, we'll also get a boost for our collector. This is great for us. Okay, I don't mind that at all. Okay, so we drop her, we drop the demon, we drop the demon here, and then we drop Hood here. Reason for that is when I use Falcon on the next turn, I do not... No, Oh yeah. Reason for that is because not dropping the it's not to do with the Falcon. It's with Cloning Vats. I don't want to copy the Hood again. I just want to recopy the token at this point. So we end turn. We might actually on turn 5 play Sarah. Turn 6 magic and something else. We are playing a bot, and I just kind of want to showcase the amount of power we can push out. So we're risking this, but we're having some fun with it. The amount of demons we're going to have is going to be awesome. Okay, so we're going to play Sarah this turn, which is not great. We could have just done all of this, but I mean, we can do all of that anyway, so we're not too worried about it. The Falcon play is what's scary, because we wanted to play Falcon to pull all this back up, to replay it. But we have magic, so we're not worried. Morph, what do you take? What did he take? Oh, the demon. Okay. Fair. I was really hoping he'd take magic so we didn't have to play it. That would have been awesome. Okay, so we're going to play magic here. And then we play Falcon and another demon. We actually won't have enough. We're just going to play the demon here. We're not going to have enough space if we do all that. And I'm really hoping to take at least these two out of the mix. This one is actually 0, so it's not terrible, but hoping to take them out of the mix. Okay, yeah, that should be fine. The one issue we do run into from time to time is not having enough space in our hands. Yeah, they always have blue marble. Always. Extend the game. If for anybody who doesn't have magic, one thing I will say is we didn't need to do that. We're just we could have easily just pushed power in without that. We could have pushed power to the left lane, winning this, and pushed power into the mid. What kind of fun is that? So final turn. Let's do this, this, this. Actually, can we might be able to win all 3 lanes. So let's do this, nope, not him, this, and this. That should be more than enough power. Let's see the madness happen. And the 2 hoods are down here in our hand, so we managed to get them out. Oh, that's right, they get another blue marvel. We should still have enough here. Yeah, this is the power that they're going to give both of them. Yep. Triggers on both, having 2 collectors here. Oh, we wish we got our freaking bishop sooner. We had a steal one at the end of the game. We actually lost the far left lane. But that's alright, because we're going to win both of these. Yeah, easy. But see, this is why I like having Collector and Angela in the same lane. And then this lane I would have probably had a Bishop. So on like a normal game, this would be Bishop, this would be a Collector and Angela. So yeah, different ways to play it, but the amount of power that he still gets to is so fun. Alright, so just taking a look at this and looking at what the deck can do. I mean, we showcased some games here, and it's so much fun. The amount of power you can push out when everything does go your way, and the amount of cards you're playing. The one thing I will say about this deck, and a lot of the decks I enjoy playing in this game, is things that make you think. And I feel like Beast definitely does that. Falcon definitely does that. In the order you play things for the Collector, in making sure you play your 1-drops before you drop your Falcon, and then thinking about who you want to pick up from what lane before you get your Collector triggers, using either your Falcon or your Beast. It makes you think while you're playing the game. This Magic Sarah combo makes you think, okay, should we extend the game? Do we have to? And it just allows for so many combos, different things to work, and the amount of power you can push out is fairly high. It's so much fun, and like I said, I enjoy dropping the Angela Collector into a lane, and then Bishop in his own lane, and then we will obviously that Bishop's gonna boost up with the amount of cards we're dropping, and then we'll have hopefully some hood tokens to drop into the Bishop lane to boost that up. Or if they completely leave a lane alone, those hood tokens will take over a lane on their own. So it's so much fun. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know there's definitely some other iterations of this, or definitely some other cards we can put in here. This is what I found worked best for me. But maybe I just, you know how it's hard with the cards. If maybe I had been trying a different combo and it just didn't end up pulling the cards or not the right order. Things just happen. So let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys do. You guys still use Collector? Do you guys find him useful? I know if you're running a discard style deck, you more than likely do have him in there. But do you run him alone? Do you run him in this style deck? Let me know. Drop your comments down, leave a like, and we'll see you in the next one.